Hello, my name is Sean. I'm from Staten Island, New York, and I graduated from the College of Staten Island with a bachelor's degree in political science and history. I began my career in education with the New York Public Library as an after-school tutor. I primarily worked with grammar school students and some middle school students, and many of the students that I worked with were English as second language, their primary languages being Spanish, Arabic, Albanian, and Chinese. Shortly after my job, getting a job with the New York Public Library, I began substitute teaching for the New York City Department of Education. I first began working in the middle schools, and then I worked my way to the high schools. While I was working for the high schools, I got a long-term sub-position for teachers that took leaves of absences, and I taught classes, in particularly social studies. Up until 6 months ago, I decided to make a career change to become an English as second language teacher. So I enrolled in the 4-week intensive course in Sofia, Bulgaria for the CELTA. I decided to do that to make this career change because of my three loves. First being and foremost being teaching. I love teaching. It runs in my family as far back as my great-grandmother to my grandfather to my mother, onto me. Second would be traveling the world. I love traveling the world. I've been all over Europe, Eastern Europe, Western Europe, and even parts of Asia. And then immersing myself in new cultures and in different countries with different alphabets and different languages and ways of life. Right now I just formed a lesson. It's a CELTA-style lesson. The subject would be vocabulary, specifically tailored for young adult learners of the B2 level. And it's for adults who are looking to enter the careers in the job force, in the workforce. Many people might be looking to move to English-speaking countries, such as the United States, where I'm from, or Canada, Great Britain, New Zealand, etc. So what I'll do is, since I don't have a smart board for the slideshow, is I have the actual vocabulary words in hard copy paper. And I'll start off something like this. Okay, what does she do? She is excellent, she's a nurse, like you, good, excellent. And you said you wanted to move to Canada, right? Excellent. And why would it be important for you to learn English? Good, different types of medication, you have to know what the medication is, the doses that you would be giving your patients. Good, excellent. She's a nurse. And what does this man do? You might have seen his movies. He is a director. So can we say director? Good, excellent. In order to get the job, you must pass a successful interview. Good, an interview. And these two men are businessmen. Excellent. They are businessmen. Excellent. And he is giving the interview. He is the interviewer. And he is being interviewed. He is the interviewee. Good. Excellent. Here, and after the interview, you may expect a high, not high money, but a high salary. Good. A high salary. And the salary is the money you make per year or per month. So can we say salary? Good, salary, excellent, excellent. And if you get a job working for one of these companies or corporations, you will be working in the private sector. Could we say private sector? Good, excellent, private sector. And good, excellent. We have Mercedes-Benz, and as you pointed out, good, BMW. And if you're looking to move to the United States, it is important you learn about public sector jobs because you may have to get residency or apply for citizenship to work for the government or work for the people. So where do people work for the public sector? Good, they work for the government, they work for the people. Excellent, good, a firefighter. A firefighter works for the local city or in the United States, or local city or a local county. Excellent, good. Okay, so everyone please get into pairs. So you two work together. You two work together. You two and you two. Excellent, good. And I'm going to pass everyone each group is going to get one of these and one of these. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm transitioning from the introduction phase to the presentation phase. And the presentation phase is a matching exercise. And each group will get cards of the definitions and cards of the vocabulary words. And they're going to match the definition with the vocabulary word. So I shuffled these together, and so they'll take them out of the paperclip, and so they'll see works for company, and they're going to look for the vocabulary word that matches, and that would be private sector. So they'll match that. And same thing goes for public sector. Works for the government, and they'll match that with public sector. So while they're doing that, again, like I'll walk around, see how they're doing, look for different types of patterns of not just what they're getting right, but of what they're getting wrong. After that would be more so of a narrative reading, and that's good because first we did the definitions, and now we do where we actually read. So not only we're just doing a straight-on vocabulary lesson, but we're getting some reading done too. And we'll also be getting into some speaking, and we'll see that later in the free practice and free production. So I'll pass this out. And again, they'll be in the same pairs or a small group if it's an odd number. And they'll read the sentences and they'll fill in the blank. So I'll walk around and see how they're doing. Okay, can you please read number 1 for us? Excellent, and what did you get for number 1? Director, and how do we know that? Good, because he films movies. So that will say, James was a very good actor. Now he is a blank, he films movies, director, because we know a director films movies. And then I'll just, for argument's sake, I'll say, okay, can you please do number 2? And how do we know she will make a good nurse? Good, because she likes to take care of sick people. So Sally will make a good blank nurse, because she likes to take care of sick people. If you notice, what I like to do is I'll call on someone from this side of the room and someone from that side of the room. And what I do is, that balances out attention to students. I'm not giving too much attention or lack of to a certain student or side of the room. After that would be the free production portion of the lesson, and that is into 2 parts. And this is the mock interview, like a little interview. So this side of the room will be the interviewer, and this side of the room will be the interviewee. And the interviewer, each interviewer will be given 1 card. And each card shows a certain profession. So this, the interviewer would be a doctor, and they would be looking for a nurse. And with the certain qualities that they would look for would be able to work long hours, is good with working with people, is caring, and enjoys working in a hospital or medical environment. And the interviewee will be given a card or like a small little resume, and it'll say, finished nursing school, I love working with people, and I'm caring towards others. And they'll kind of play a game of musical chairs where they'll get up and they'll speak to each person, and while that's going on, I'll get an idea of what they're saying, and again, looking for patterns of what they're getting right and for what they're getting wrong. So I'll make sure that they get that they're in the right group or the right pair, and then the interviewer will give a little mock interview questions, and they'll ask the interviewee certain questions, and then we'll sit down after that, and then I'll ask the interviewer, okay, and you were a good school principal, and what were you looking for in someone you want to hire? Okay, good, they should have an education degree. Good, a specialty. One might specialize in teaching people with special needs or teaching young children. Good, they need to be caring, they need to be patient. And who exactly did you hire? Okay, good, you were hired. And why were you hired? What did your resume say? Good, good, good. You're very patient. You just finished your education degree. And excellent, you have experience in working with people who have special needs. Good. And the same thing with doctor or contractor, etc. The next stage of the lesson would be the error correction. So what I'll do is I'll stand up by the smart board or the whiteboard, and I'll write down businessman. And I can say, I heard someone say busnessman. What's wrong with busnessman? Good, it's businessman. Good. Businessman. Can we say businessman? Good. Businessman. And I also heard someone say two businessmen. What's wrong with two businessmen? Good. Two businessmen. Good. Businessmen. I am a man. Excellent. And if he and I were to stand together, we would be two. Good. We would be two men. So one is man, two is men. One is businessman, and two is good businessmen. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope you have a very happy new year. Thank you very much.